Good evening, all my little squeakers. Minnie Mouse here again with you tonight, and I just happen to still be wearing a maid outfit for reasons. Reasons. uh, because I enjoy this one, and it's fun to be in. Anyway, tonight, let's talk about, what will we talk about tonight? Let's talk about what I'm doing with my Legos right now. Recently, I had got that train set that I probably mentioned a few videos ago. And I now decided I needed to add more table space because that took up a lot of zone. And there's sets that are definitely not getting taken apart, like the big modular buildings, so I had to eliminate a lot of the smaller stuff, crunch everybody together, and it's looking a little cramped. So, we have a new table I just got in that I'll be adding to the mix. It's the same height as the other table, and it's a 37-inch square table. So I'll put on the end next to the Disney Castle, and at least for now, I'll just extend buildings outward, and I have plans to get another train set, so we get more track that I'll make a loop into that section as well, and increase the loop of the train track, which would be pretty cool if you ask me. And I'm also considering I have another short table. It's about 4 feet long. Might put it at the other end. It's skinny, so I can't make the train loop onto it, but I can increase the building mass over to that direction. Give me a little bit more option space. And I have a few sets I've been working on over the last week or so. I got a couple of the new airport sets. There was a junior Lego set. It was a 4+ type airport. Now, this is the second 4+ Lego airport I gotten in the last few years. The last one I was, I can't say I'm expecting the world when I get the junior Legos. They're not Duplos, they're the just regular Legos, but a lot less tiny parts and usually no stickers to worry about. Now, the last of these airports, the junior ones I got, there were 2 planes, but they did not have tops to them. They were open planes. There was a cargo plane and a passenger plane, and looking at them, it just felt cheap looking. It looked, because they didn't feel like they completed anything. It just felt so halfway put together. Now, I can't complain too much about the airport building in that one. It is actually almost identical to the current one I just got, whereas the whole front of it is one piece that has 2 windows and a door the height for a Lego man to be behind. So it does its job, and less building, but it does its job. It doesn't look obtuse. But the planes in that set were sad. And that's, for me, I like collecting airport stuff, and that was a bit of a negative. Because they don't really fit in with anything else. This set, on the other hand, I felt the building was about the same, so it pass or doesn't. Most of the airport buildings in general haven't been that great lately anyway, so it just does its duty, being a bit of a backsplash behind where your airplanes are. But the service vehicles are really good on this one. It has a fuel truck and a luggage cart. Actually felt the fuel truck, even though it had one of those really big, thick, solid piece bases that's most of the construct, it still looked fine, and it does still fit in well enough. The luggage carrier, you almost can't tell the difference between its quality and the one from the 6+ set that I also got at the same time, and I'm busy building right now as well. So yeah, it definitely fits in. In fact, I think it looks nicer than some of the ones from a few previous airports I got off eBay, just because they were really chunky bases, and it just felt like they weren't trying. This felt like it was trying, actually. So good on that. Now the airplane itself. I don't have too many real complaints on it, actually. Because it looks fine. In the end, it actually looks decent. It's a fully enclosed passenger plane based around the about 6 dots across type roofs. So nice size. I have plenty of jets in that range. I buy a lot of airplane Legos. Uh, so it's got a good width. And now the trick with it is the base is a base. It is wings and the bottom is one piece. And that's fine as long as it's used well and looks okay. And this does look okay. It's fairly good proportion. It's using propellers instead of jets, which is also, again, okay. Now, the only complaints I have are minor ones. The little porthole windows along the side don't have window in them. They're open. I can go online and find window piece to fill them in if I really wanted to, but that's basically my only major gripe. But that's usually pretty consistent with these 4+ Legos. Anytime it's something like that, they tend to skip the things like window panes. But in this case, you kind of know what you're getting into. And because of how the roof part was held on, it's only with 2 dots on each side in the back of the roof for and is a 10 long piece of roof that comes off. It arcs a little bit because it doesn't sit flat the way it sticks on. But it did have 2 pieces on the back end. It's supposed to be on the back end to hold it. Just 2 flat 6s. I moved them to the front and stuck them to the front of the plane as well. It actually holds down the piece well and makes it look decent. So that takes care of the second gripe, with just a simple replacement of a piece in a different location. But overall, the construct looks nice, and I think it'll fit well with my major airport stuff. Not that I could ever have all of them put together at one time. I tried that once, and my 8-foot table was 100% full of planes and buildings, and there was no place to really enjoy them or really have them look like they're on display. So I'll just have to do them phased in and out, probably on one of these 2 new peninsulas on my town. I'll just have a little bit of airport there for funsies. But yeah, that set was actually pretty decent. It was $60. I did it all in one night, which I usually try not to do because I like to make my Legos last a little bit. But being a junior Lego set and a lot of big pieces, it was only 288 total pieces. So not a good piece value, but large pieces, so it kind of fills in a little bit. And a lot of big special pieces like the plane base and the front of the building, which you could easily use that front of the building, the 3 windows, in any other construct, and no one would really notice that was a single piece unless you took a close look and saw there were no seams. So if you're just needing a windowed front on something, ta-da, one piece, you're done. And the only problem with the airplane is it can only be that big. The other styles, you can use more base pieces and more roof pieces. Extend the plane out pretty long. I love the one plane that I finally got. The last one I purchased off eBay was it's extra long plane. Actually, they put in a second passenger door in the back end. It's just huge. I love it. So that's a thing. Now I also bought the 6+ airport, which I'm in the middle of building right now, so I can't fully judge it yet. But as I was saying, the luggage trolley is pretty good quality. And it has a car lifter because the front end of this plane has people seats. The back end has a slot to put cargo of a car in, which is interesting. It's a good sized jet. It's not the biggest one I've ever had, but I'm not sure if it's big as or bigger than some of the airport sets I've had before. The airplanes from the airports, that's not the ones that are airplanes by themselves. Or pretty sure my biggest cargo plane is bigger than this one too. So still big, just not the biggest. It's still using the same large wing base that they've been using on the 8 wide planes, so there's that. I like the colors. It's got a different scheme and all the other things. An interesting aesthetic thing on the roof of the airport building itself. It looks like they used 2 of the slope tracks from the roller coaster tracks from a couple of roller coaster sets they've made recently, which makes a cool look and an interesting use for a piece that I didn't expect they'd find an extra use for. So that was kind of cool. Nice little bonus thing to happen. And I look forward to making that probably next weekend, if not the weekend after, because I think the plane is the next part to get built in this. And again, I try to make my Legos last a little bit, and I don't want to just build everything in one go and go, well, now what do I do? Money spent, fun is gone. But I might add some more of my other planes out and make more of a substantial airport on either the 37 by 37 or the 4 foot by like 25, I think it is. Probably the longer one. Give me more runway. Yeah. So those are some Lego-y thoughts today. Anxious to keep doing what I'm doing on that and keep expanding my little Lego city and making it look nicer. And keep Main Street USA looking just fun as always on my tables. I do post pictures on my Twitter occasionally of this, so feel free to go look at that. It's twitter.com/cadpigjr, just like my YouTube name, just over in Twitter world. But for now, I'm done giving you some Lego thoughts. Minnie does want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate every person that stuck around and enjoyed me babbling about Legos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little dingle bell in the bottom because it makes YouTube happy when you hit the dingly bell. And my Patreon's there in the description if you are so interested. Well, I hope you're all having a magical day, and you all be good little mice, and I will see you again soon enough. Goodbye.